In April 2026, 100 million people watched a 32-year-old man walk onto the Coachella stage and do something nobody thought was possible. 4 years earlier, that same man couldn't move half his face, not performing a different way. Actually couldn't move it. The left side had gone completely still. One eye wouldn't close, his smile wouldn't form. And standing in that desert with the crowd chanting his name, Justin Bieber, YouTube kid. Scooter Braun found him online. Usher co-signed. Baby became the most watched video on the internet. #1 albums, sold out arenas. The world's most famous teenager. But here's what the obsession doesn't tell you. For almost 4 years, from September 2022 to March 2026, Justin Bieber was silent. No tours, no major singles, no public performances, not retirement, not a hiatus. He was simply gone. And when he came back at Coachella, he didn't just return. He became the highest paid performer in the festival's entire history. The question isn't whether the comeback worked, it's how it was even possible. Because between the peak and that Coachella stage, there is one of the most staggering arcs in the history of pop music. Stratford, Ontario. Population 32,000. Justin Drew Bieber was born on March 1st, 1994 in London, Ontario. And almost immediately, life got hard. His parents, both 18 when he was born, split shortly after. His mother, Patty Millett, raised him alone in low-income housing, working a series of low-paying office jobs. There was no music industry connection, no wealthy family, no plan, but there was a kid who wouldn't stop playing instruments. Piano, drums, guitar, trumpet. He taught himself all of them. No lessons, no formal training, just picking things up and figuring them out by ear. As early as age 12, he was performing in local competitions in Stratford. In early 2007, he entered a local singing competition and placed in the top 3 performing Neyo's So Sick. Patty filmed it on a home camera and uploaded it to YouTube. Not for any industry, not for any audience, just for family and friends who couldn't be there in person. What happened next was the kind of story that sounds made up. In Atlanta, a 26-year-old talent manager named Scooter Braun, a former marketing executive at So Def, was online searching for videos of a different artist entirely. He accidentally clicked on one of Patty's uploads, a 13-year-old kid in a gray hoodie singing into a webcam. He watched it twice, then found every other video on the channel, then tracked down the Stratford school board to get Patty Millett's contact number. She thought it was a scam. He flew Justin and Patty to Atlanta. 2 offers immediately followed. Both Usher and Justin Timberlake wanted him. Justin signed with Island Def Jam through a joint venture between Braun and Usher. And in 2009, at just 15 years old, his debut single, One Time, went platinum in multiple countries before he had finished 9th grade. From YouTube covers on a home camera to platinum singles in 18 months. January 23, 2014, Miami Beach, Florida, 4:09 in the morning. A yellow Lamborghini Aventador gets pulled over on a quiet residential street. Miami Beach night footage, police lights, archival news coverage. The driver is 19 years old. When officers test him, they find Xanax and marijuana in his system. He's also drag racing. He's also on an expired license. He's arrested on the spot. The mug shot went everywhere. That slight, almost defiant half smile, straight into the camera. It became one of the most shared images of that year. But in 2014, almost nobody understood what was actually happening. 2 weeks before that arrest, police had raided Bieber's home after he was accused of throwing eggs at a neighbor's house in Calabasas. He later paid $80,000 in damages. Legal troubles piled up. Tours were disrupted. The press turned savage. Tabloid headlines, paparazzi footage, protest signs from that period. In his 2020 documentary, Bieber opened up about what those years actually looked like from the inside. There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything. He described feeling hurting, unhappy, confused, angry, misled, misunderstood. 5 years of professional performance. No childhood, no normal friendships, no school. Surrounded by adults whose financial interests were tied to keeping the machine running. By 19, something had fractured completely. B-roll. Bieber documentary excerpts, quiet street footage, empty hotel corridors. The years that followed were uneven. A 2017 canceled tour, long periods of public withdrawal, therapy, and a very quiet courthouse marriage to Hailey Baldwin in September 2018, with almost no fanfare. He rebuilt slowly. A 2019 interview about depression, the 2020 YouTube documentary, a 2021 album called Justice, stadium-filling tours, signs that the worst was behind him. And then, on June 10th, 2022, at 28 years old, he posted an Instagram video showing the world what had happened to his face. Bieber's original Ramsay Hunt Instagram post, Ramsay Hunt syndrome, a viral infection attacking the facial nerve through the ear. The entire left side of his face had been paralyzed. He couldn't blink his left eye, couldn't smile symmetrically, couldn't move his nostril. He tried to keep touring anyway, pushed through 6 European dates while his face was still partially frozen. But in September 2022, he wrote that performing those shows had taken a real toll on me. On September 6th, 2022, all remaining Justice World Tour dates were canceled. He went home, and for 42 months the world heard almost nothing. Canceled tour announcement, empty arenas, quiet social media feeds. Here's what's fascinating about Justin Bieber's obsession factor and why it survived 4 years of silence. Most pop stars who disappear get replaced. That's just how the algorithm works. Playlists update, new faces emerge, the culture moves on. But Bieber never fully left the cultural conversation. Part of it is the catalog. Baby, love yourself. Sorry, what do you mean? Peaches. These aren't just songs people remember nostalgically. There's after its release. But the deeper reason? He was never manufactured. From the busking steps in Stratford to the mugshot in Miami to the Instagram video where his face wouldn't move. Everything Justin Bieber ever did felt real. Then came Coachella, April 2026. Bieberchella, as the internet immediately named it. 100 million people watched online. 125,000 attended in person. Special guests included SEA, Big Sean, and Billie Eilish. His 30-plus song set drew from across his entire career. And when he reached Everything Hallelujah, a quiet acoustic, or were we always going to get back to this point regardless of what happened in Miami in January 2014? There's a real argument that this wasn't a comeback at all, that it was an interruption, that Justin Bieber was always going to be here. And there's an equally real argument that surviving what he survived, the addiction, the legal collapse, the face that wouldn't move, and building back to 100 million Coachella viewers is one of the most extraordinary things any pop artist has ever done. Which is it? Comeback or continuation? Drop your answer below. I'll be reading. If you made it this far, subscribe. We drop stories like this every week. Follow at Stardom on Instagram and TikTok. See you in the next one.